See, humans, it is not truly humans. It's a part of consciousness that happens with many beings that have a certain level of awareness, which is sort of assigning meaning to everything, all right? And it's a fine line between truly feeling the meaning and knowing what the meaning really is versus assigning meaning because the ego needs to know what it is for, all right? Sometimes humans get in trouble because they sort of understand that they are creating and co-creating reality. And when certain things come about to be in their physical world, they'll say, I created that? Oh no. Or those people created that if they could change. But sometimes things that you create and bring about, even though they might not seem good to you, Source does not judge them as good or bad. It is simply sharing with you what you have been calling for. And sometimes to awaken what you call forth is not a fun experience. Sometimes it is something that shakes you up from the inside. All right.
So my question is about gods. So the gods that we have had throughout history, there's the Egyptian gods and Greek mythology and everything that we have had. Are those actual creatures? Are those actual beings that have manifested themselves? Or is it a figment of our imagination that we have created?
All right, very good. Well, you could say anything and everything is a figment of your imagination. This very reality is a figment of your imagination, all right? But the truth is that there are many layers to existence, all right? There is source energy that has brought forth all physical manifestations, all right? But it has not brought everything forth just for fun. It is because thought manifests into vibration and then it manifests into matter. And through physical manifestation, there is different forces that have come about on this planet and beyond that have influenced the nature of what you consider the modern human, all right? And in attempting to understand who these beings are and what these beings are and how they work, you've sort of assigned identities to them, all right? Now, it does not mean that these beings did not exist, for everything exists. Everything that is thought takes thought form. It might not take a form in the physical reality that you are living in, but it will take form somehow. And when you begin to tap into the multiple layers of existence, and you sort of begin to let go of the constrictions of time, you start to notice that these beings exist in consciousness, all right? That they are very much alive right now. And when you begin to shift between these different levels of consciousness, sometimes you meet them. Sometimes you see them, all right? They are very much alive and still sort of existing and guiding and inviting anyone who is open and aware to explore. Sometimes humans come to us and they say, you know, I took a trip once and I saw this being and it looked exactly like this other being that I saw that is a part of this culture. What did I see? And what it is that you are seeing and you are witnessing is consciousness manifested. Now, there's also the aspect of the beings that have influenced you and your biology and your consciousness and your DNA. And these beings had forms that were very much different than the physical form that you are experiencing. And in that, they were assigned the identity of a god. You You could say in many ways, when you reach a certain level of inner consciousness expansion, you sort of become one of these forms. Any time that you let go of your identity that you have now, the names that you have now, and you step into a state of pure appreciation, you enter in this space of the inner God. There is a symbolic representation of your physical reality that allows you to understand things that your conscious mind cannot understand. See, for us to speak with you, we must use human words. So in many ways, we are limited with what we can share with you, which is why we invite you to have experiences, inner guided experiences. And in this spaces, you'll begin to notice beings that you might have heard about in books or from others. Because you are all sharing part in the greater consciousness where anything and everything exists.